it's like, yeah, recording has started. Yeah.
Okay. So let us see. Okay. You understood the drawbacks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me give you the drawbacks point wise. Okay. So for bigger and complex projects, it is difficult to do the effort estimation during the beginning of the software development. Next point. Less scope for design and documentation. If customer is unaware about the requirement, chances are there we might mess up with the project. Got it. So it is required experience resources. So obviously these four are very important drawbacks of Agile. Got it. Now take a screenshot.
Yeah.
Done.
Yes, sir. Done.
Okay, good. So let us see now the Agile. Okay, in Agile there are many types. Okay, in Agile there are many types based on which company is following or which country is following. Got it? So if you take India or US, okay, they will follow the Scrum model.
Okay.
Few companies, they will follow extreme programming. See how many percentage? Only 2%. Few companies, they are following feature-driven development or test-driven development, FTD. How many percentage? 3%. Crystal clear, even very less. Okay, no percentage. Lean and Kanban, this will be some Japanese or those companies, Taiwan. Those companies are following this because fast. So fast is okay, but they want super fast again. Got it. That type of fellows there.
Yeah.
Next, dynamic system development method and adaptive software development method. So there are 7 types of Agile.
Okay.
Sir, what will be changed, sir? Only few strategies are changed, not everything. Whatever the advantages I told, no, same thing will be there for everything, but some changes will be there. But since 70% of the industry is following Scrum model, okay, you take Germany, India, or America, or anything, no, 70% they are following the Scrum model. So let us go deep into the Scrum model and let us learn what is this Scrum model. Got it? So if you learn Scrum model, no, you can work in anywhere. That is also there. Got it? Some changes will be there. You can adopt within 1 or 2 weeks. Understood?
Yeah.
These are the types of Agile or flavors. They will call it as a flavors.
Okay.
How many flavors are there? There are 7 flavors are there. What
7.
are those? Scrum model, extreme programming, feature-driven development, crystal clear, lean and Kanban, DSTM, ASTM. Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Take the screenshot. Let us see Scrum very depth. Okay.
It's done.
Yeah.
Now let us see what do you mean by Scrum model. Got it?
Yeah.
So let us see what do you mean by Scrum model. Scrum model is a framework okay, It is a framework. What do you mean by framework? It is a one of the procedure, okay, standard procedure. Framework matlab standard procedure, which help team, which help team to work together to develop a software within a short period or within a planned period of time. Simple definition. Okay, it is a framework which helps team to work together to develop a software within a planned period of time. Is called as Scrum model. Got it?
Yeah.
Simple English. So in Agile, you should know some terminologies. What you should know? Terminology. Terminology means some names, okay? What are those names? First one is release.
Okay.
What do you mean by release? It is already done. Tell me.
Yeah.
What is release?
It is a time taken to test one build.
What is release? It is not what you are telling. Test cycle definition you are telling.
Oh, okay,
And,
okay. Release is the
starting from gathering the
requirements to
Yeah,
developing the
yeah.
software to testing the software and then
Software.
releasing the software in the production server
is called as.
for the end user to
Yeah.
use it is called a release. Yeah.
So here
Hmm.
release means combination of sprints.
Okay.
What is this?
Combination
of
sprint.
sprints. Now, what do you mean by sprints? Let us see sprints later. Before that, let us see what do you mean by epic. These are the words used in the company. Got it? So they will tell release means what you have to think. You need to think. Okay, it's a combination of sprints. Okay. So what do you mean by epic? Okay. Epic means complete set of requirements is called as epic. So in the company, if they are telling about epic means it is a requirement. They will not use the traditional words. They will not call it as a requirement. Okay, what they will call? They will call it as a epic. So
Okay.
since we are using Agile, Agile will be always documented in the project management tool. Where? In the project management tool. In the project management tool, let me give you an idea how it will look. There is something called as story. Okay. Let us take from the beginning. Management will be there. Okay. Next, there will be something called as test plan. There is something called as test case. There is something called as epic. There is something called as defect. There is something called as test case is done. No? There is something called as execution, etc. will be there. Where? In the in the Jira. Let me take an example of Jira. Okay. If you click on test plan will open. Test case means test cases will open. Test case template will open. That is different. If you click on defect report will open. Later defect, you have to track the defect. Everything will be present only in one tool. If you click on management, some management details will be there. If you click on epic, no, that time the Epic page will be open. Okay.
Okay.
So in Epic, there will be something called as stories. Okay. If you click on Epic, there will be stories again. Let me tell. If you click on stories, if you remember, I think I told you some test cases like functional testing, integration testing, system testing, like that. So many folders we have to create. Similarly here, requirement, login, story. It means the complete login requirement will be present inside this. Okay. Next, sign up will be there. Next, there will be compose, inbox, or any application. Okay. All these are what? All these are what? These are the features, no?
Yeah.
So these features we will call it as stories in Agile.
Okay.
Understood? So
Yeah.
login story is there. Login story is there. If you click on login story, so if you click on login story, what will display? It will open a page.
Yeah.
Correct.
Again, in the page, SRS 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, like that, complete requirement will be there.
Okay.
So this one is only called as Epic.
Okay.
For each and every story, there will be a requirement. All the requirements will be stored in the part of Epic.
Yeah.
I can call it as a orderly arrangement of the requirement is also called as Epic.
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah.
So that is what we will call it as a Epic. Next, stories. As I told you, what do you mean by story?
The requirement of each feature, like
Only story. What do you mean by story?
only story.
If you are telling Epic, then requirement will come. If you are telling story, the story is nothing but a feature. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. We'll call feature as a story or story point or user story. Anything what we'll call it as a story or story point or story card. Story point, story card also we'll call. Got it?
Yeah.
So this is what we will call it as a feature.
Okay.
So now tell me, what do you mean by release? Release means combination of sprints.
Great.
Epic means complete set of requirement. Feature means
story.
Story means
Feature.
story
Feature.
point means
So same feature.
thing.
same.
User story
Okay.
or story card.
Okay. Now let us see. There is a definition for story point. Okay. So you think user story, let me give you complete clarity, or else you will get confused. Story point you just remove from here, okay? Not required. You call story or user story or story card will be feature. Now story point means as soon as we got the project, okay? We got a project. Now we have a project. In the project, business analyst is telling that A module, comma, B module, comma, C module are there. Okay.
Yeah.
This will be collected, or this will be we have to give for release one. For what? For
Release
first
one.
release or release one. Now, the company or the business analyst. Who? The business analyst. Business analyst is the person who will handle this complete software. Which software? This project management tool.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 Now you keep it in your mind as a business analyst. Later I will tell one more name. Okay. So
Okay.
that is the person who will be handling the complete management tool. Now you consider it as business analyst. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what he will do, he will ask the testing team. Testing team. So testing team, we are planning to release the project of phase 1 or 0.1 or version 1, which is having 3 modules A, B, C.
Mm-hmm.
So how many days required? How many days required to test the features?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now what testing team will be there? In the testing team, senior test engineers will be there, no? And
Mm-hmm.
test leads will be there, no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and junior test engineers will be there.
Mhm.
Similarly, full complete team will be there. In that, there are the people who is worked on many projects or multiple projects, and also which the project they got similar kind of projects also they already work.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what they will do? They will do analysis,
Mm-hmm.
or they will do some rough estimation.
Mm-hmm.
We'll call it as a rough estimation. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, how many days it might take? That estimation they will do, and they will call it as story point. We need a week, or we need a month, or 15 days as a story point.
Okay.
So story point matlab how many days you are doing a rough estimation to test that particular stories. Now
Okay.
we should not tell as a
Then.
what is that features and all. We should tell
Yeah.
stories because we are working under the Agile. From now onwards, you should
Okay.
tell story. Got it?
Story. Mm-hmm.
So to test this A story, B story, C story,
Mm-hmm.
how much time is required? So that
Mm-hmm.
is the rough estimation will be given by the testing team.
Yeah.
Only testing team is given. Is that fine?
Mm. No.
Because without a software, how can you test? So
Yeah.
we
Develop.
should take a rough estimation from the development team only, team also.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the
Yeah.
project
Yeah.
consists of how many features? A, B, C features for the release one. Same, I'm writing the same thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So in the development team again, how many members will be there? Senior developers,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
junior developers, and also
Okay.
the
Pressure.
lead,
Okay.
manager. Freshers, they don't know how to do estimation. No, how they will do the estimation? They came initial days. They don't know anything. So what they will do? They will analysis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
or they will do the rough estimation.
Mm-hmm.
Just guys, if you are going for a trip, know how much you will spend. That idea you should have, right? Similarly,
Yeah.
if you are developing some software, how much rough estimation you are doing? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
they will give the story point now. Who will give? Developers will give story point. They need 18 days. Okay, what they need? They need 18 days as
Mm-hmm.
as their rough estimation. Now test engineers required only 15 days, but
Mm-hmm.
developers need 18 days.
Mm-hmm.
But in Agile, everyone will work. There is a equal salaries for everyone. There is no developer is not big, test engineer is not small. So
Mm-hmm.
test engineers are telling 15 days, developer is telling 18 days. Business analyst will tell, hey boss, both of you, I don't know what you will do. Within a 16 days.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
16 days, you should develop and also you should test. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
So based on their particular rough estimations, my business analyst also given a proper rough estimation. So this complete rough estimation to develop and to test the software, okay, is called as a story point.
Okay.
Got it? Story point is nothing but it is we are taking or the company is taking the rough estimation from the development team and testing team. So based on that, they will analyze what will be the particular day that they can complete their development and testing process. That they will decide and they will tell it as a story point. Again, this is depending upon number of resources, because if you're having a less resources means what?
The developers
On
and
team.
yeah.
Yes or no? So
Yeah.
if the resources in the testing team is 3, okay, always I told you 1 or 2 test engineers will be less compared to developers. Here resources will be 4 or 5. Got it? Then only we can match equal 16 days or 15 days. Got it? Always the resources of developers should be little bit more or higher because their work will be more, no? So based on the resources, simply they are not telling, yeah, I need 1 week, I need 2 days, I need 3 days. They're not telling anything. Everything will be calculated properly.
So,
Got
sir,
it?
because it is an estimate, because it is a rough estimate, so
Yes.
how much plus minus they can go ahead with that, with the story point?
There is no plus minus. You have to extend your working hours and you should do it at any cost.
Even if it is an estimate, because
Estimate
estimate
also you
is
should
always a
work.
guesswork.
If you are guessing, guess properly.
Okay.
Because it is agile, there is no extra time.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, one story point in one of the company, let me take an example of Infosys. Okay. Where one story point in Infosys is equal to 9 hours. It means how many working hours they want to work or how many story points they want. If you take 16 days, right? So let me calculate. 16 into
144.
every day 8 hours, 8 hours. So 128 hours. So divided by 9. 14 story points required for them. Okay. So how to calculate 9 into 8 hours per day they are working. Okay. See, they are included your all break time and all. 128 hours you got. Got it? So 180, 128 hours divided by 9 hours story point is equal to 12.8 or not 12 point, 14.2. This will be the rough estimation where or this is the story point in our Infosys company. One story point is equal to how many hours? It will be 9 hours. Got
9
it?
hours, yeah.
So how many story points you are getting? 14.2 story points you are getting. So if it is 16 days, no. But in your Infosys, you have to do the 16 days work in 14.2 days. Because though those fellows are considering 9 hours per, it is not again depending upon the days, guys. Got it? So see, everything they are calculating in the point of hours. Similarly, based on every company, your story point will vary. If you take some companies, if you take a company called as IBM, there is one company called as IBM. Okay. They will consider one story point is 7 hours only. Got it? So now you
Yeah.
can calculate how many story points. See, 14 days means 14 days you have to work. Story point means not days, guys. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
understand. 16 days, 16 days we are given, like we will work. I mean, test engineer team given 15 days and developer team is given 18 days. But again, our team, business analyst is calculating, he is still reducing the time. So to increase the productivity. Got it? So what he's doing some calculation is in his company, they're considering 9 hours as a one story point. So he have to give story points. Say there are 14 story points. Within that, you have to develop and you have to test. So per day, if you are working for 8 days, then okay, I need to convert it into hour days also, right? 16 days means Saturday, Sunday also included or not included. Okay, I'm not converting to week sleep, directly hours. So 14.2 means if you consider 14 days means 7 plus 7, it means 14 days. It means how many weeks? 2 weeks. If you work on Saturday, Sunday also. But in a company, it will be like 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 days. Why 18 days? Per week, we will work 5 days, no? Per week, we will work 5 days.
Yeah,
So,
Monday to
5
Friday.
plus 5, how much? 10 days. If you're, I'm converting into weeks now. So, within 10 days, it is not possible because they have given 14.2. So, per day, if you are working 9 hours also, just thinking. Per day, if you are working 9 hours also, how much? 45 plus 45. Got it. So we got 128 hours. 45 plus 45, how much? 90. But here, how many days are there? 128 days are there. I'm just giving you calculation. These are all no need of
Yeah.
worrying. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
128 hours minus 90, how much? So within 10 days, it is not possible. Got it. So one more week will be added. 5
Yeah.
plus 5 plus 5, how much? 15. Now, if you are considering, sir, what I'm thinking, okay, 14 stories means 14 days we have to work. No, there will be on Saturday, Sunday, that will be holiday. So one more Saturday, Sunday will come, that is holiday. So 5 days if plus 5 days is 10 days. Again, within next week, you need to consider 2 to 3 days. 14 days, no. So 4 days you have to consider in the next week. It means 3 weeks you should work in one particular story point. Got it? Or this 3 weeks, we will call it as a one sprint. What is that sprint? I will tell you later. Once I will talk about the sprint, you will understand what is this calculation and all.
Okay.
Now, initially, we have given some rough estimation, that is 16 days. Who is given? Business analyst is given. So now teams are planning how to work. So every day, if I work 8 hours, then I can't complete. I should work 9 hours. When I'm working in a Infosys, but in IBM, 7 hours. So 7 hours means 7 into same story. Again, do calculation. 7 hours per day into how many days?
5.
16 days. Yes or no? Here.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
One story point is equal to Infosys. They are taking the 9 hours. 9 hours into 8 is equal to 8 is per day. Per day. Okay. So here 9 hours into 8 hours will be 128 hours per 9 days. Okay. Now let me do this calculation. 7 hours are there into per one story into 16 days. 7 into 16, how many? 112. 112 hours. Okay, that is their rough estimation. One second, I think I have done some mistake over here. What is the mistake? 9 hours into 8 hours I added. No 8 hours. There is no 8 hours now because we are considered 9 hours, right? So it should be 9 hours only. One second, let me guide you once again. This and all no need, but I'm just giving you a calculation, okay? So 9 into 16 days. 9 into 16. So 144.
Yeah.
144 hours. Okay. Now 144 hours is required. So per day, how many hours you are working in a company?
8.
Now it will be correct. Divided by 8. So 18. So how many days is required? 18 days. Okay.
Yeah.
If you are working in a Infosys, no? You need 18 days to work. But they are giving you 16 days only. Got it? So what you have to do, you have to extend your working hours. This is my point. See, now I will make you to understand very easily. One story point is how many days, how many hours? 9 hours, right? So 16 days they have given time. So 16 days they are given time means per day you should work 9 hours. It will be 144 hours. But in your company standards, only 8 hours working day. They are telling you per day 8 hours only. This is a lie in an IT company. They will tell 8 hours you should work. They will, what they will do, they will give you offer letter. In that also they will mention. Once you join and once you are working on a project, they will tell, hey, this is a US project where you should work 1 hour extra per day. So 18 days you should work. If you work for 18 days of work, you will get a 16 days of salary. Got it? So this is how companies will do money.
Okay.
7 into 16, 112 hours. Now 112 per day, how many?
8.
112 divided by 8. So 14 only. See how beautiful company to company.
Yeah.
Per day, 8 hours, no? So only 14 days. So if you are working 14 days, company estimated 16 days. But you can work in 14 days only. That is IBM. If you take Infosys stress level will be more compared to IBM because their story point will be 7 hours only. Similarly, there are some companies called as JP Morgan. It is a US based company where their story point will be only 6 hours. Got it?
Yeah.
But again, guys, this whatever I'm telling you, this is number of employees based on the employees. Only 3. Infosys is having a minimum resources, maximum output. IBM is having a both equal resources also, time also. And if you take US based companies, see, they'll charge for dollars to the customer and they will giving in a rupees in India. So 1 or 2 resources extra also fine for them, but they have to complete the work, right? So that is what US based companies will do. They will give good salaries also and workload also will be less. If you take Indian company like Infosys, workload will be more and resources will be less. More hours you have to work, more stress will be there.
Correct.
Understood? So that is what story point. This and all internally will be done, but you should. This is what I am telling you because I know this. We have done this. Story points and all we are created. Now you no need of worrying. Now, what you need to worry is it is a rough estimation given by both development and testing team is called a story point. That's it. Only definition if you know enough. Got it? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you mean by story point?
I would like to write it down if you can repeat.
Yes, sir.
Story point is nothing but what? It is a rough estimation. No, I will give the notes. No need of worrying.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
So story point means it is a rough estimation given by the development team and testing team to test and develop each and every individual story. Yes or no? There are
Yeah.
ABC modules. So there are 3 modules. To develop and test these 3 modules or 3 stories, how much time is required? That is what we'll call it as a story point.
Story point.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So let me give you notes also for these things. Okay. So you just take the screenshot now. So working,
Yes.
one of my friend is working in a big company means big companies will always, make them to work more. If it is a good company means the story points or something which would be beneficial.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This
Done.
all you will not get to know before only until unless you are working in a company. Everything is depending upon number of resources again. This and all big calculations where it will be done by the management team. Got it? So we will never get to know what they are doing, why we need to work, nothing. Just you have to work. What calculation they have done. If you're working for 11 hours also, they will come and they will shout. That time you will get confused. Hey, what is happening? I'm working. No, I'm doing right. I'm writing the code. Everything I'm doing or testing the software. But still, why he's shouting? Because he's calculating in the story points. So he is expecting the workload of 16 days, 18 days work within a 16 days. So how it is possible?
Yeah.
Now got it, no?
Yeah.
So only they will shout at companies. I mean, they will shout at the employees because you have to complete the 16 days work in 18 days. 18 days work in 16 days. Okay, take the screenshot.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So in India, no, some companies you should work 12 days, 12 hours per day. Okay. This is Indian shift we'll call. 12 hours. It means 12 hours work, 12 hours home. In that 12 hours home, no, 4 hours traffic. It means how much hours we'll get?
8.
8 hours. In that eating, sleeping, 2 hours, 6 hours sleeping. Got it?
Yeah.
So no energy in the body. So they will give Saturday, Sunday holiday to sleep. Again Monday, again 12 hours work. Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you take US based company, 8 hours will be there. Got it?
Yeah.
So now Japan is planning only 4 days out of 7 days. Because they are doing very fast, no?
Yeah.
I don't know. They might work 15 hours also. They will give work from home. They will tell. The resources are what I can tell. Lab setups will be very good for them. Lab setups means what? Either the company environment or Unity, everything will be very much better. So they will work hard also because they are planning to grow their company. I mean their country very higher, right? Since they are got attacked by this nuclear bomb and all. So they are fed up. So they want to grow. They should be stand first in the world. So they are trying every day, everyone.
Yeah.
So that is differently. No need of thinking of Japan and all. India also it is tough to work. US shift is good. So everyone prefer US shift only, because in this 8 hours, no, if you are very smarter, you will do your work within 4 hours. Smart enough. So another 4 hours you will be free only. Okay. So
Yeah.
this is story point. Since we are not entered into Agile, okay, Agile is different. These are the terminologies or names, what we will call. Release means what, epic
Yeah.
means what, story, user story, story card means what, story point means what. Just I'm explaining you the names like ABCD.
Yeah.
I'm teaching you alphabets only. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So let us do the class in the next session. Okay. This much
Should I
is enough now.
stop recording, sir?
Yeah, you can stop.